Pete from Cheap Homesteading, and today we're in the garage and we're going to be unboxing a 12-inch louvre style fan. We bought it for the greenhouse. Last warm spell we had, it was like the first warm spell of the year. I walked out in the greenhouse and we looked at the temperature and it was like 32, 33, which is starting to become scary. That is when it's the highest level, the highest temperature in the greenhouse. So I was really nervous about it. So we had the side rolled up. I had my man door open, and it still was really hot. So I knew I got to do something about this because we could have a huge hot spell and then all my plants are overheated. So I looked online and I have a vent that's about 12 by 12 up on one side of the greenhouse. The sun doesn't beat on the automatic opener very well, and it doesn't open very good. So I think that's where I'm going to put this 12-inch louvre fan, up in there. I have right below it a temperature controlled fan plug, so I should be able just to plug straight into that, so it's going to work real good. For a high tunnel greenhouse, this is way undersized. I looked and I calculated my space and everything, and I think it said I need a 13,000 CFM. This is 900 CFM, and my high tunnel greenhouse isn't like most. I mean, it's only 24 feet long, so I think this is going to make an absolute difference. I don't know if it's going to be enough. We'll just have to see. So I'm going to put this one in, and then after I purchased this one, a company reached out to me, and they're going to send me a portable 24-inch fan with a flexible tube. And I think between both of them, between this one and the other one, I think we can get enough airflow and the side of the greenhouse open. So anyways, we're going to start off with this little fan. We won't be able to install this today, but we're going to open up the box, and if we need to wire it up or anything, that's what we're going to do. So there you go. Let's start opening it. That actually looks pretty decent. Okay, so what else? They come with, oh, these are anchors for concrete. I guess if you're putting it into a cinder block wall, I guess a lot of that probably would be. You have a little booklet. And you got the wiring, so in case it gets wired in straight or whatever, they don't have it wired. So that's, we better keep those. Those will come in handy for something. This is only a 12-inch by 12-inch fan. It really isn't big enough to ventilate my whole greenhouse, but I have a high tunnel greenhouse, but it's only a 24-foot section. It's small. And on top of it, I kind of want to try to make it as low power usage as possible if we ever make it off grid or whatever reason that will be. So this thing is not a real high power usage fan. I may possibly get another one after I see how it works and how much the temperature can kind of drop with the fan on, see if it's feasible to put one on the other side instead of the actual vent. I may do that. So Weber's sending me a portable fan to use. So I'm hoping between one of these, the side rolled all the way up, the man door open, and the portable fan, that we have enough ventilation. The greenhouse is only 24 feet long, so and if it's kind of just on the edge, then maybe I'll get another one for the other side of the greenhouse. They weren't really that expensive. I think it was like $78 American, I think is what I paid for it. So I really wasn't too crazy expensive, and it doesn't use that much power for sure. It's a very small little fan motor on it, and that is kind of part of the thing I wanted. So let's hook up the wiring and see how it works. It actually looks pretty decently made. The only thing I don't like is these plastic pins. There's a pin, the pivots are plastic, but maybe there's some advantage to that too, for sure. It's got this blue plastic on the aluminum louvers. We'll peel that off. This plastic is something else. So there you go, I got the plastic off. So now the cord is not hooked up, so we're gonna hook up the cord. Okay, so it says junction box. Okay, so here's the wiring. And it even shows on here how it's supposed to be wired. Which is handy. We have a cord, a loom holder. This is gonna be my bottom, so we're gonna pop out. Wow, that's something else. I thought these things are supposed to pop out easily. So there you go. Shove the nut on the back side of there. Screw that on. Put this over your wire first. Slide this in. Hook the green to the green, the white to the white, and the black to the black. They give you an ample amount of wire in here, so I want to, wow. Shove this back in the junction box. We're going to screw this cover back on. Okay, so let's plug this thing in. It actually runs pretty quiet. It's not going to be obnoxious. And it moves a decent amount of air. I can't imagine that constantly pumping this much air out of the top part of my greenhouse is not going to make a pretty substantial effect. I know when you calculate greenhouse size and CFM, this is way under it. But I don't know if they've calculated having a 24-foot long greenhouse instead of like 100 or 50. So we're gonna start off with this one on one side and see what it does. We might end up getting another one for the other side. And then with the Vapor portable fan, I'm kind of thinking between both of them and the side rolled up, I think it will do okay. We'll soon find out anyways. So I won't have time now to install it because it's dark out and I'm going to work very shortly. But I kind of wanted to get the fan up and ready just to be plugged in, and it seems to be working really, really good. So that's about enough for today, and you guys have a good one.